Yellow, everybody. I am Mr. 901 Tommy Jacks, an official maestro of content for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem, and welcome to the #1 channel for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem info. And today's video is going to be just a little bit different. I've been live on stream. The Jacks Army and I have had a great conversation about where the game's at right now. I think, and a lot of people in the Jacks Army chat live on Twitch think that the game is in a great spot. We just got a bunch of improvements. We got a ton of things, quality of life things to hit the game, like the new save team feature and things like that. But while we were live today, we thought, why rest on that? There's got to be a few other things that we would like to see improved, because, I mean, if you let off the gas, you're just going to get past, pal. So we came up with a list of things that that we would like to see adjusted, changed, added to the game. And as we go over this list, guys, and as you're watching this video, if you come up with any other ideas that you'd like to see changed or added to the game or possibly fixed, feel free to comment down below. All right, so the first thing that we talked about today was in-game chat. The fact that the in-game chat color does not bode well for visibility. Also, a lot of people would like to see different colors for different in-game actions. We've noticed recently that some of the blog posts are super colorful now, and I do really like that as far as the in-game mail notifications go. I would like to see that transferred into the chat itself, so that when somebody ranks up to a 7.7, it alerts, you know, the Alliance, and it's a different color. Also, another thing that was mentioned was pop-up at mentions for the Alliance. So, for example, let's say one of my Alliance mates I'm trying to get a hold of in-game, and, you know, I could type it in-game and hope he sees the message. However, if I could just at, and then his player name, and it pops up and then maybe even goes to his inbox so that there's no way he or she can't see it, I think that would be super useful. Also, a lot of people mentioned that they would like to be able to place links in the chat. Now, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I think it would be useful, especially, for example, let's say your Alliance has a few new members and they're like, hey, what path to legendary tunes do I work on to get to X legendary? And then you were like, hey, there's not but one thing you need to do, pal, and that's look at Talkin' Tommy's Path to Legendary infograph. Here's the link, which also, by the way, is available in the description. You can't really do that. Now, I don't know if it will happen because, of course, that takes you out of the game. And we all know that that's part of it. They want you to stay in the game. So I don't know if that'll happen, but I do think it would be super useful. Another thing as far as in-game chat goes, pinned messages for Alliance leaders. Now, I think this would be really cool because, for example, let's say you had an Alliance chat get together on Discord for your Alliance. Let's just put that out as an example. And it was coming up in a week. Well, hey, you could pin a message for your Alliance saying, hey, don't forget, blah, 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 blah. We've got this going, and then you could have it pinned up there for them to see every time they got in the game. I think that would be super useful. And that brings us to our next thing, since we're talking about alliances, Alliance War. One of my favorite modes in the game. Unfortunately, the Jacks Army finally lost its first war. But that's okay, we're going to a large map, so we're going to forget about all that. But Alliance War, as fun as it is, could definitely use some upgrades, some quality of life features. One of the biggest things that we talked about live on Twitch today was the ability to drag and drop or even just place teams from the aspect of a leader or a co-leader. So, for example, I'm leader of the Jacks Army Alliance. I see that this cannon's a little weak here. Maybe we could take this tower, switch it out with this cannon, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, I can't do that as a leader, and neither can my co-leader. Wouldn't it be a lot cooler if we could just look at everybody's roster, see what they've got plopped down there, take them, drag them, drop them where we want to, or at least remove and then place teams as we saw fit as the actual leaders of the Alliance? It would be cool to be able to lead. Another thing that would be cool is maybe, and other games have done this, a nudge button, if you will, to where, hey, if you've got a few members that are not placing their D and war's coming up, we've got just a little bit of time, I'm getting nervous here, hit that old nudge button, and maybe it pings the people that haven't placed D on war yet, gives them an opportunity to hurry up, hop in there, and place D. One thing I personally would like to see as we're talking about Alliance Wars, and this is not a huge deal, I just think it would be kind of a nicety. What if in each category that they allow you to sort your war overview by, for example, most structures defended, most battles, things like that. What if you got at the end of war, not only did it give you the results, but it says, hey, so-and-so on your team defended the most structures. So-and-so on the team got the most stars. Some sort of MVP sort of stat like that, and you would only get it if you won the war. So that's what I would like to see, and a lot of the members of the Jack's Army would like to see in Alliance War. Now, let's move over to the next thing, the store. You know, love it or hate it, the store is there, and it's staying no matter what. Sliders. Did I mention sliders? We want sliders for anything that you can multi-purchase in the game. I don't care if it's XP vials. I don't care if it's unique materials. I don't care what it is. Give us sliders. Okay, that's what... sliders. Believe it or not, something as small as a slider to be like, okay, yeah, I want 10 of these unique bones, as opposed to clicking each time we need one. That would be great. Also, one of the things that I've noticed, and I know that we talked about it today, I would like to see a better rotation in the various sections of the store for tunes. Now, we do have some small amount of rotation there, but for the most part, you know, every single day, here are the tunes. Okay, I've already got those guys. I guess I'll go for this one. I would like to see common tunes, old common tunes taken out of the store. I don't think you should have to use your resources for common tunes, and the reason I'd like to see them taken out is we've got a lot of new players right now, and I don't want them to be mistaken, well, it's in the store, it takes this currency, it must be good, because chances are it's probably not. I would like to see a better rotation for both the Brawl, Arena, and Tower store, and in that better rotation, I would like to see a few more PTLs. It doesn't have to be every rotation, but you know, maybe 3 or 4 rotations a PTL tune pops up. Something like that. All right, so we're done with the store. Now, we're moving to the roster page. A lot of comments about the roster page, and I didn't think there were going to be this many because we just got the team update. But this is not so much all about the teams themselves. It's more so about the OG roster page. So the biggest cry out that when I said, okay, let's work on what we want for the roster page, guys, sorting order was one of the biggest things. And yes, you can sort tunes now, but the order in which you sort tunes. So what if I didn't want to see my highest level tune? What if I wanted to sort it by, you know, that order in reverse? There's not an ability right now in the game, and I think that would be really cool to add. Also, filters. What if I don't want to see all 200 tunes on, you know, and scroll through? What if I only wanted to see my rarest tunes? What if I only wanted to see my legendary tunes, right? What if I only wanted to see the ones that were ranked to 5 stars? Some sort of filters where we could get in there, and then maybe even a featured tune filter. That would be cool. Another thing that was suggested was, you know, hey, while we're talking about filters, what about a custom order? What if I could order them in the way that I wanted to? Now, you can kind of do that with hearts, kind of, sort of, but not really, because once they're up there, they're going to be in what order they're going to be in. I don't know that I've seen that in a whole lot of games. It might be, you know, one of the only ones that would have it, but I would not turn my nose up at custom order. Also, more character names, or more characters for a team name. If 25 characters aren't enough, or 32, you know, bump it up to 64. I know it takes a lot. You know, every character is a byte, you know, that sort of thing. But we did have a few people wanting longer team name availability. One thing I would like to see is the fact that, you know, with this team update, we got a list of featured teams, spotlight teams, if you will. Why can't we select one of those if we've got the completed team? Why do we have to use up a roster spot for it? Just let it auto-populate. If you've already got that team, let it auto-populate as an option for a team, or give us, just like we've got in the Toon squad menu now, give us a little bar that says, hey, these are featured. These are your teams. Allow us to pick them if we've got them completed, and that takes up one less roster spot. Also, this kind of ties back into what we talked about with sliders, but can we get sliders for tune-ups? I know I'm probably going to take this tune up to 25. Can I just slide there if I've got the materials? Same thing about star rank. I'd like to see that. Hey, I've got 4,300 shards of Space Granny. I'm going to shoot her to the moon. Let me just slide it up there. That would be another cool thing. Also, the last thing on the roster page would be showing what it's actually sorted by. So if I sort by power, can I see the power? If I sort by level, can I please see the level? And that's what we've got for the roster page. Now, one thing that did come up was Brawl. Brawl was actually kind of hit upon real quick, and we're going to borrow an idea from the sister game, Marvel Strike Force. Can we get a sim brawl or an auto brawl where we can skip the animations? With a lot of us going through the battle pass, usually there's a couple of weekly quests that are real heavy dependent upon Brawl. I'd love to save some time in that. I know a lot of you guys would too. Auto Brawl. Acme R&D. Acme R&D, some of the things we'd like to see. Now, for the most part, Acme R&D I have no problem with. But I would like to be able to auto-win if I've already completed that Acme R&D. I'd also like to see conditions apply to get out of here, pal. Or get reworked or something, because that's the worst time you can ever see an Acme R&D is conditions apply. And one cool thing I would like to see for alliances, we used to have an Acme R&D boss in Monster Tweety. Bring back some sort of alliance boss mode where we all have to go in and take shots at this big team or this big toon, and throw us some alliance rewards if we complete it. I'd love to see that. Some of these other things that we talked about are just kind of small things, but I think they would help. We would like a new weekly side event now that Looney Lanterns are gone. Just something to do on the side when we don't have the energy to do it in campaign, or we're waiting for that next refresh. I'm not saying bring back Looney Lanterns, but I'd like something. Also, the green crystal, guys. It's used for nothing. I think you know what I'm talking about when you hit the little button and you get all your little rewards, and then you see the little green flower crystal. It's used for nothing. I've got 14 gazillion of them. I'd like to be able to use them for something, so we'd like a green crystal rework. Also, towers. Towers. This is number 9 on the list. Towers. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'd like to see increased time to finish those towers and a better rotation with a wider selection of toons. Can we please get it? Can we please get it? I mean, does it have to always be Egghead, Gridiron Gossamer, Vampire Ralph, and Granny? Can't we just throw, can't you throw any toon there? Make me excited for doing that after I've already completed it. I'd like to see that. And then number 10 on my list of things I would like to see improved / changed, I would like more transparency in the blog post, not just as a content creator, but as a player. If bare minimum, what we can get is you to tell us what available exchanges are in each event, that would be a help, because then we can plan a little bit, and not so much be on our heels every time we start an event. And like I said, as a content creator, that would help. And as a player, that would help everybody else, because, hey, at least I've got a game plan going into this event now that I've looked at this blog post. And that's the top 10 changes that I would like to see and the Jax Army would like to see for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. Do you have any suggestions of your own? Do you have any takes on what we listed today? Let me know in the comments. And make sure, guys, if you already haven't done it, that you go ahead and you hit that old subscribe button, bang the bell for notifications on all new Talking Tommy videos. Until next time, guys, stay loony! We're going to catch you down the road.